Living with ADHD often feels like being on a roller coaster that never stops. It's not just about being easily distracted or feeling restless. It's about navigating a world that can feel overwhelmingly chaotic. Imagine trying to focus on a task, but your mind is racing with a million thoughts, each one vying for your attention. You might be in the middle of a conversation, and suddenly you're thinking about that email you forgot to send, the laundry piling up, or even what's for dinner. It's exhausting. For many, ADHD creates a constant state of overwhelm. Everyday tasks can feel monumental. Simple things like organizing your desk or planning your week can spiral into a whirlwind of anxiety. You might find yourself procrastinating, not because you don't want to do it, but because the sheer thought of starting feels like climbing a mountain. The pressure builds, and before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of avoidance and guilt. But here's the thing. Understanding this connection between ADHD and overwhelm is crucial. It's not just about managing symptoms. It's about learning to navigate life in a way that reduces that overwhelming feeling. One effective strategy is breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of tackling a whole project at once, focus on one small part. Celebrate those little victories. They add up and can significantly reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed. Another helpful technique is to create a structured environment. This could mean setting specific times for tasks, using planners, or even digital tools that remind you of what needs to be done. Structure can be a game changer. It provides a roadmap, making the journey feel less chaotic. Mindfulness practices can also play a role. Taking a few moments each day to breathe deeply or meditate can help ground you. It's about creating a mental space where you can step back from the chaos and regain control. And let's not forget the importance of support. Connecting with others who understand what you're going through can be incredibly validating. Whether it's friends, family, or support groups, sharing experiences can lighten the load. Living with ADHD doesn't have to mean living in overwhelm. By implementing these strategies, you can start to break that cycle. It's about finding what works for you and embracing the journey, one step at a time. ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is often misunderstood, especially when it comes to young adults. It's not just a childhood condition that magically disappears when you hit adulthood. In fact, many young adults are diagnosed for the first time while navigating college or starting their careers. This rising trend in diagnoses is crucial to understand because it highlights how ADHD can manifest differently as we grow. Now let's break down some common symptoms. Inattention is a big one. You might find yourself staring at a task, but your mind is racing elsewhere. You could be in a lecture and suddenly you're thinking about what to have for dinner instead of the lecture itself. It's not that you don't care. It's just how your brain processes information. Then there's impulsivity. This can show up as making snap decisions without fully thinking them through. You might agree to take on a project, only to realize later that you're already swamped with other commitments. It's like your brain is on a roller coaster, and sometimes it just takes off without checking if the ride is safe. Hyperactivity in young adults often looks different than in children. Instead of bouncing off the walls, it might manifest as a constant restlessness. You could be sitting in a meeting, but your legs are tapping and your mind is buzzing with a million thoughts. That mental noise can be exhausting. It's hard to focus when your brain feels like a crowded subway during rush hour. Many young adults with ADHD also struggle with starting and finishing projects. You might have a brilliant idea, but getting it off the ground can feel like climbing a mountain. And once you do start, the challenge of maintaining momentum can be overwhelming. Deadlines and appointments, they can slip your mind like water through your fingers. You might set reminders, but when the time comes, you're still caught up in the whirlwind of thoughts. It's essential to remember that ADHD isn't about laziness or a lack of willpower. It's about how the ADHD brain works. It processes information differently, and that can lead to challenges in traditional settings like school or work. But it's also important to recognize that this unique way of thinking can bring creativity and innovation. Many people with ADHD are incredibly resourceful and can think outside the box. Understanding ADHD in young adults is crucial for fostering a supportive environment. Whether it's in the classroom or the workplace, awareness can lead to better strategies and accommodations that help individuals thrive. So, if you're someone you know is navigating life with ADHD, remember, it's not a flaw. It's just a different way of experiencing the world. Embracing that difference can lead to incredible strengths and achievements. I'm staring at this to-do list, and honestly, it feels like it's staring back at me. Each item is like a weight, pulling me down, and I can't help but feel completely overwhelmed. It's not just a list, it's a mountain of expectations. I know I should be able to tackle it, but my brain is just frozen. You see, when you have ADHD, executive function isn't just a fancy term. It's a real struggle. Planning, organizing, prioritizing. These are supposed to be the building blocks of getting things done, but for me, they often feel like a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces. I look at that list, and instead of seeing tasks, I see chaos. Even the smallest things become monumental. A simple grocery run? It feels like I'm preparing for a marathon. I start thinking about what I need, then I spiral into what I might forget, and suddenly I'm not just overwhelmed. I'm panicking. The pressure builds, and I can feel my heart racing. It's like my brain is saying, nope, not today, and just shuts down. I try to break it down. Okay, let's just focus on one task. But then I get stuck in analysis paralysis. Should I start with the laundry or the dishes? What if I forget to pick up that package? My mind races through all the possibilities, and before I know it, I'm sitting here paralyzed by indecision. I've learned that sometimes I need to trick my brain. I set a timer for 5 minutes and just dive into one task. It's like giving myself permission to start small. But even then, there's this nagging voice that says, what if you don't finish? What if you mess it up? It's exhausting. And then there's the guilt. I see others juggling their responsibilities with ease, and I wonder why I can't do the same. I know I'm capable, but the pressure can be suffocating. I remind myself that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. I'm not alone in this. I've started to embrace the chaos a bit more. I've learned to celebrate the small wins, like crossing off just one item from that daunting list. It's progress, even if it doesn't feel like much. I remind myself that it's not about perfection. It's about moving forward, one small step at a time. So, when I feel that overwhelm creeping in, I take a deep breath. I remind myself that it's okay to pause, to reset. I'm learning to navigate this ADHD journey. And while it's not always easy, I'm finding my way through the noise. And that's something worth celebrating. Living with ADHD can feel like navigating a chaotic storm, where overwhelm is a constant companion. One of the biggest culprits? Time blindness. Imagine looking at a clock and feeling like time is slipping through your fingers. You might think you have plenty of time to finish a task, only to realize, too late, that deadlines are looming. This disconnect can lead to panic and a sense of being perpetually behind. Then there's task switching. Every time you jump from one task to another, there's a cost. It's not just about losing focus. It's about the mental energy it takes to recalibrate. For someone with ADHD, this can feel like running a marathon, only to be interrupted every few minutes. Each switch drains your energy and heightens that feeling of overwhelm. Working memory struggles add another layer. It's like trying to juggle multiple balls while someone keeps throwing more at you. You might forget what you were doing mid-task or lose track of important details. This can lead to frustration, and when you're constantly trying to catch up, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of what you need to remember. Emotional dysregulation plays a significant role too. Emotions can swing wildly, often triggered by the smallest setbacks. A minor mistake can feel like a monumental failure, leading to feelings of shame and inadequacy. This emotional roller coaster can make it hard to focus on tasks, as you're often battling your own feelings rather than the work in front of you. And let's not forget perfectionism. The desire to get everything just right can be paralyzing. You might spend hours on a task, obsessing over every detail, only to feel like it's still not good enough. This cycle of striving for perfection can lead to procrastination, which only adds to the overwhelm when deadlines approach. Finally, shame cycles can trap you in a loop of self-criticism. You might think, why can't I just get it together? This negative self-talk can be debilitating, making it even harder to tackle tasks. The shame of not meeting your own expectations can create a barrier that feels insurmountable. All these factors intertwine, creating a perfect storm of overwhelm. It's not just about being disorganized or distracted. It's about how these elements interact and compound the challenges faced daily. Understanding this could be the first step toward finding strategies that work, allowing you to navigate through the chaos with a bit more clarity and control. Every day feels like a balancing act, doesn't it? I wake up with this weight on my chest, a constant reminder of the things I haven't done, the deadlines I'm racing against. It's like I'm on a treadmill that just won't stop. I feel this guilt gnawing at me, whispering that I should be doing more, achieving more. I see my colleagues, my classmates, seemingly thriving, and I can't help but feel like I'm falling behind. It's exhausting. The anxiety creeps in, a relentless companion that makes even the simplest tasks feel monumental. I can't shake the fear of disappointing others, teachers, bosses, friends. I worry they'll see me as less capable, less committed. And when I try to explain how I feel, it's like I'm speaking a different language. They don't get it. They don't see the panic bubbling beneath my calm exterior. So I mask it. I put on a brave face, acting like everything is fine while inside I'm in turmoil. I've become an expert at overcompensating, working harder, pushing myself to the brink just to prove that I can keep up. But the truth is, it's burning me out. I'm exhausted from pretending, from hiding my struggles behind a facade of composure. And then there's the social withdrawal. I find myself avoiding gatherings, skipping out on events where I might be judged or questioned. It's easier to stay home, to retreat into my own space where I don't have to put on a show. But that isolation only deepens the shame. I feel like I'm missing out on life, yet the thought of facing others feels overwhelming. It's a vicious cycle. The more I try to keep up, the more I feel like I'm falling behind. The guilt, the anxiety, the shame, they all feed into each other, creating this perfect storm of overwhelm. I know I'm not alone in this struggle. So many of us are fighting similar battles. But it's time to acknowledge that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help, to take a step back, and to prioritize our mental health over the relentless pursuit of perfection. We need to break this cycle. We need to talk about the emotional side of overwhelm, to share our experiences, and to support one another in finding balance. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to navigate this chaotic world, and it's okay to admit when we're feeling lost. I remember sitting at my desk, the clock ticking past midnight, and I could feel the weight of the world pressing down on me. It was 3 a.m., and I was in tears, staring at a blank screen. Deadlines loomed like dark clouds, and no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't focus. It wasn't that I didn't care, it was that my brain felt like it was in a constant state of chaos. I'm a college student with ADHD, and the struggle is real. People see me missing deadlines and think I'm lazy or unmotivated. But the truth is, I'm overwhelmed. My mind races with a million thoughts, and it's like trying to catch butterflies in a storm. I want to succeed, but the pressure can be suffocating. Then there's my friend, who works tirelessly at her job, clocking in 12-hour days. She pours her heart into every task, yet she still gets negative reviews. It's heartbreaking to watch her dedication go unrecognized. She's not slacking off. She's just trying to navigate a system that doesn't understand how her brain works. And let's not forget about the creative professionals out there, like me, who jump from project to project. We're bursting with ideas, but finishing them? That's another story. It's like being a juggler with too many balls in the air. One moment, I'm excited about a new concept, and the next, I'm distracted by something shiny and new. It's not a lack of motivation. It's a struggle to maintain focus in a world that demands constant productivity. We're not lazy. We're not unmotivated. We're just overwhelmed. Our brains process information differently, and that can make everyday tasks feel monumental. It's exhausting, but we're resilient. We adapt, we find strategies, and we keep pushing forward, even when it feels like we're swimming against the tide. So, the next time you see someone struggling, remember, they might be fighting battles you can't see. They're not giving up. They're just trying to find their way in a world that often feels too fast and too loud. It's okay to ask for help, to take a break, and to acknowledge that we're all doing our best, even if it doesn't always look that way. Managing ADHD overwhelm can feel like trying to navigate a maze with no exit. But over the years, I've discovered some effective coping strategies that really help me find my way through the chaos. Let's dive into them. First off, breaking tasks into micro steps has been a game changer. Instead of looking at a big project and feeling paralyzed, I focus on the smallest possible action. For example, instead of write a report, I'll set a goal like write the first paragraph. This makes it less daunting and gives me a sense of accomplishment with each tiny step I complete. Next, I can't stress enough the importance of using external tools. Planners and reminders have become my best friends. I've tried various apps and physical planners, but what works best for me is a combination of both. I jot down tasks in my planner and set reminders on my phone. This way, I'm less likely to forget important deadlines or appointments. It's like having a personal assistant who never forgets. Time blocking is another strategy that has transformed my productivity. I allocate specific blocks of time for different tasks throughout my day. For instance, I might dedicate an hour in the morning to emails and another hour in the afternoon for creative work. By structuring my day this way, I can focus on one thing at a time, reducing the overwhelm of multitasking. Creating an ADHD-friendly environment is crucial too. I've learned that a clutter-free space helps me concentrate better. I keep my workspace organized and minimize distractions. Sometimes I even use noise-canceling headphones or play background music to help me focus. It's all about finding what environment works best for me. Body doubling has been a surprisingly effective technique. This involves working alongside someone else, either in person or virtually. Just having another person present can boost my motivation and keep me accountable. It's amazing how much easier it is to tackle tasks when I know someone else is working alongside me. Practicing self-compassion is something I've had to work on. It's easy to get frustrated with myself when I struggle to stay focused or complete tasks. But I remind myself that ADHD is part of who I am, and it's okay to have off days. Instead of beating myself up, I try to treat myself with kindness and understanding. After all, everyone has their challenges. Lastly, seeking professional support has been invaluable. Whether it's therapy or ADHD coaching, having someone to talk to who understand my struggles can make a world of difference. They provide strategies tailored to my needs and help me navigate the complexities of ADHD. These coping strategies have helped me manage overwhelm and lead a more balanced life. It's a journey, and I'm still learning, but I've found that with the right tools and mindset, I can navigate the challenges of ADHD more effectively. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed every single day, it might be time to seek professional help. When that stress starts to impact your work, school, or relationships, it's a clear sign that you shouldn't ignore. Maybe you suspect you have ADHD, but haven't been evaluated yet. That uncertainty can add to the chaos in your life. Anxiety and depression often tag along with ADHD symptoms, creating a perfect storm that can feel impossible to navigate alone. It's crucial to reach out to ADHD specialists who understand the nuances of the condition. They can provide you with the right tools and strategies to manage your symptoms effectively. Don't forget about therapists. They can help you unpack your feelings and develop coping mechanisms. If you're in school, campus disability support services can be a game changer, offering accommodations that make a real difference in your academic life. And in the workplace, don't hesitate to ask for accommodations that can help you thrive. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. You deserve to feel supported and empowered in your journey. ADHD doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain runs on a different operating system. Think of it like having a smartphone that's designed for a different kind of software. It can be frustrating, but it also comes with unique features that can be incredibly powerful. Once you understand this, you can start to give yourself the right tools to manage overwhelm. For instance, breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps can make a world of difference. Instead of looking at a long to-do list and feeling paralyzed, focus on one item at a time. Celebrate those small victories, They add up. Using planners or digital tools can help keep your thoughts organized. Visual reminders can be a game changer. And don't forget to schedule breaks. Your brain needs time to recharge, just like any device. Finding hobbies that engage your interests can also provide a much-needed outlet. Whether it's painting, writing, or even playing a sport, these activities can help you channel your energy positively. So, if you experience ADHD overwhelm, remember, it's not about fighting against your brain. It's about working with it. Share what helps you in the comments. Your insights could be the key to someone else's breakthrough.